Nico here, another episode of No Hit Videos. Today we're going to the Vic Firth factory. Vic Firth makes drumsticks. They make the most drumsticks out of the whole country. They supply them everywhere. They cover 40% of the market, so I'm told. And I happen to know it's not just a Oompa Loompa whittling out sticks. They have a lot of technology in here that we're going to check out, and you're going to be amazed. So it's going to be a good show. Check it out. What's up? This is Nico. I'm down here at Vic Firth. It's up here in Newport, Maine, and this is the engineer of the plant. This is Dave Crocker. Nice to meet you, Dave.
Good
Thanks
to meet
for
you.
seeing us. And what can you tell us about Vic Firth and that it's been up here in Maine and how long it's been around?
Well, Vic Firth was founded by Vic Firth about 40 years ago.
That's because of the name Vic Firth.
There you go.
Go ahead.
Vic was the timpanist with the Boston Symphony for 50 years.
Cool.
And like I say, about 40 years ago, when he was teaching at the New England Conservatory of Music, he wasn't happy with the drumsticks that he could buy. So he had a woodturner make him some sticks to his specs. He played them, he liked them, his friends liked them, his students liked them, and pretty soon he had a little basement business going, making drumsticks. And that company grew. He had to hire employees. He had to move out of his basement into a bigger building. He moved out of that building into a larger building. He contracted with woodturners in various places to make the sticks. About 10 years ago, he contracted with the company here in Newport to make his sticks, and he liked it so much that he bought the company. So now all the manufacturing is done here in Newport, and it's just upward and onward from there.
That's cool. Right here in little old Maine. And they make sticks all across, and you buy Vic Firth in California. They were made here.
Yep, we sell sticks in over 120 countries. We have over 40% of the world market,
Yep.
and it's all made right here in Newport.
And yes, I use Vic Firth sticks. So what's some of the things we're going to check out here today as far as the process? I mean, how do you begin when you first decide to,
Right.
the wood?
We don't have a rough sawmill here. We buy in squares that are inch square, 17 inches long. The major wood we use is hickory, which is a southern U.S. hardwood. It all comes up from Tennessee and Kentucky.
Yep.
We then start processing that wood by turning into a dowel to get rid of the junk wood, inspect for quality. Only white, straight grain material goes into the Vic Firth line. We then take, and we have a unique process that we have developed where to actually form the shape of the stick. We do not turn these things on lathes. It's actually made in a grinding process that you'll see. Yep. It's all done under water. It's an abrasive process using grinding wheels.
Don't share too many secrets, because there's other manufacturers out there. So don't give us any of your real secret stuff.
The secret stuff we won't let you see.
All right.
So we have developed a process that is very, very accurate, very, very rapid, produces the highest quality stick we can.
Cool.
We then take that stick, it goes through a finishing process. Then you will see where we pair the sticks. Not only do we pair the sticks for weight, which is important, but we pair the sticks for tone. So that when you're playing a pair of sticks, they weigh exactly the same, they sound exactly the same, they're color matched, they're within plus or minus 5/1000ths of an inch on dimensional accuracy, so it's the best stick you can buy.
Cool. We're going to go to a video now, and when we come back, we'll talk some more to Dave and learn more about the process. Check it out.
Focus and at random and never what you're finding. A very small place, I'm high pressed to know. That just whispered across my face. It's not the angels on the head of a pin. It's the devil on the tip of your spear. Exoticism, soothe my fever down. Wickedness, I'm floating. Innocent, I'll drown. Innocent, I'll drown. Cuba. Slam, turn and slam, turn and slam. X-ray tangled bodies, find a character of bone. Sanskrit's built by fingertips on undulated scale. Wild rhythm moves. No exoticism, soak my fever down. Wickedness unfolding, innocent I'll drown. Innocent I'll drown.
you doing? This is Tracy. This is Mike. This is Rob. I'm Eric. We're caning Amy. You watch videos.
All right, we're back. Now we're going to go out to, I guess, the outside, the whole factory, the whole warehouse, everything, and Dave's going to show us the process. It's noisy in there, so he's going to tell us a little bit about it, and then we're going to go out and view some of this stuff. What are we going to be seeing?
So, first thing we do, we get the hickory in, our tractor trailers. It has to go in a dry kiln for a couple of weeks. So we'll go out, we'll see the drying process. That's where we extract the water out of the wood to get the moisture content down so that it's the same as what the stick is going to see inside a building, so that the stick stays nice and stable after it leaves the factory. We're going to go see the process where we take that stick and turn it into a straight dowel. We sort it for quality, color, straightness, grain, to make sure it meets our standards. We'll go see the grinding process where we actually produce the stick. We'll go out and see the finishing of the stick, either with a tumbling process or a dipping process for colored sticks. And then we'll go visit the tone pairing room where we put the logo on the stick and we do the actual making of the matched pairs.
Cool. So it's a lot more than a bunch of Oompa Loompas whittling the sticks out, out of branches and stuff.
No, Vic doesn't do that anymore.
All right, we're going to go outside and check this place out and go to another video, and we'll see you out there.
Change your mind. I was looking for a person inside, trying to find the kindness you hide. Revelation, realization, compensating for completely taking. You broke my heart, you stabbed my back. My heart is pure and yours is black. You ignore me, and you left me out in the cold. I thought you would be forgotten when I love went rotten, but you left me all alone. I'm not gonna wait too long for you to change your mind. I was looking inside, trying to find the kindness you hide. Revelation, realization, compensating for completely taking. You broke my heart, you stabbed my back. My heart is pure and yours is black. Share your mind. I was looking for a person inside, trying to find the kindness you hide. Revelation, realization, conversating, really taking. You broke my heart, you stabbed my back. My heart is pure and yours is black.
Goes through the kiln, it dries out, it shrinks, it distorts a little bit. So the first thing that happens, we run it through a machine called a molder. Takes that rough square, turns it into a nice, straight, uniformly dimensioned square. On the other side of the molder is a dowel machine, overgrown pencil sharpener, runs it through the center of that, spins off all the outside wood, turns it into a nice straight dowel. Then they go into a station. You see that little target bouncing up and down. We measure the stick for how straight it is. If it's really straight at this point, it can go directly up to the grinding process to make a stick. If it isn't straight enough, we sort it out, goes over into this machine, we sand that stick straight, and then it goes into the inspection station. They come out of the sander, and they go to Grace, who's the most important person in the mill. Because she's deciding if it's what quality stick that thing's going to be. If it can stay in the Vic Firth line, or if it goes into the downgraded Nova line. We get a lot more money for a Vic Firth stick than we get for a Nova stick. You'll also see that when she's handling the sticks, she's orienting them end to end. Even though it's a nice straight grain piece of wood, we orient the stick and we put the best grain on the tip of the stick so that we get the strongest possible stick. After they're sorted and oriented, these are just trim saws that chop the wood to length for the particular style of stick that we're going to make.
This is Todd Trudeau, and you're watching No Hit Videos.
The tone is filled, my words are willed, and human conscience leads me. Sit is there, I'm quite aware. Time to mute, your heartbeat. It's all alone, without the new. Don't surprise that it's still breathing. It's hard to see, with eyes get weird. Save yourself from falling now. So now, you're still breathing. I hate to break from my mistakes, but even sunshine soon fades. Your eyes are red, you turn your head, but back in all those foggy days. The climate's changed, the money makes you, but made you slip, you're falling. It's time to change, if I should win, save yourself from falling down. So now you're still breathing. Good night to wake you, good night to let you say goodbye. So now you're still breathing. Good night to wake you, good night to let you say goodbye.
conventional nylon tips for your sticks, they're glued on with super glue. And almost nothing sticks to nylon. And your wood is going to move a little bit based on the environmental changes. And the other interesting thing about the super glue is that it breaks down over 180 degrees. So you get your sticks in the back of the trunk in the middle of summer in Phoenix, Arizona, and the glue's going to break down, and as that wood moves, it's not very forgiving either. It's a very brittle glue. So if we're relying on a adhesive bond to keep the tip on, the odds are it's not going to happen because nothing sticks to nylon very effectively, and the glue that is used is brittle and it doesn't move. So unless you have a mechanical lock, the tip isn't going to stay on. We used to use that system up until 3 years ago.
3 years?
We had the same problem everybody else did. Yep. So we said enough is enough. We're going to engineer our way out of this, and we're going to create a system that has a mechanical lock that tip is guaranteed not to come off. Wow. So what we've done is we're molding the tip directly on the stick.
So we shape that stick with a nub on the end of it, and then we overmold the nylon, and it locks right around the profile.
That makes sense.
Profile on the end.
So in the past 3 years, all you people that didn't used to want to use nylon tips because they break off, the past 3 years, they don't break off anymore. It's right around there. No more broken nylon. Doesn't fall off. So you can still use them.
So they take 4 sticks.
That's how they put the nylon tips on.
Take 4 sticks, put them in the mold. The mold closes. The high temperature liquid nylon's injected into the mold, and it forms that stick. It forms that tip, rather, right around that stick.
I think that's the coolest thing I've seen so far. Just thought I wasn't hitting hard enough. Apparently, they're not gonna come off. Labeling.
Yeah, so we've got a 2-color process. We do the final inspection on the sticks, all right? That's the last look. Now, people look all the way, everybody's got a responsibility for quality all the way through the plant. But the last person whose sole job is inspection is right here before we put the Vic Firth name on it. She takes a look at the stick, a whole bunch of different, quality criteria. They go into the loader, they're singulated out onto the conveyor. They go through a process called pad printing. You have a steel plate where the logo is engraved down into that plate. The black cup with the white ring is full of ink. The cup goes out over that image, then it squeegees back, and it leaves ink just in the impression. The ink giving off solvent and getting tacky. The silicone rubber pad presses onto the ink transfers onto the pad presses down onto the wood, ink transfers onto the wood.
What you want. Thanks again to Grand Unified Theory for having this shit. Thank you guys for coming down.
Hi, we're Subpar Porn Stars, and you're watching No Hit Videos.
Tumble finishing material goes in. They're rolled for 5 minutes. The solid cover comes off the drum. The slotted cover goes on the drum. Roll them for an hour and 20 minutes. Done.
Is it a lacquer clear coat you're putting on, or a urethane clear coat?
On the clear stick, it's a lacquer material, and we're trying to put on a very thin coat. It's very specific to get the feel of the stick right. We don't want to make a slick stick. We want to have grip. You still want to be able to feel the wood grain. All right, there's a lot of effort that went into getting exactly the right feel for that finish on that stick. So all the clear ones are made with a tumbling process. All the colored sticks are made in a dipping process. The trouble with colored sticks, we used to make colored sticks with a tumble process. That put the finishing material on the tip of the stick. No matter how we tried to vary the process to get a material that wouldn't chalk off on a drum head, we were never successful. And drummers don't like colored tip because it marks their cymbals, it marks their drum head. So in order to get away from the marking of a colored tip, we've gone to a dipping system where each stick is held by its tip. The racks of sticks go into this dipping machine. They're dropped down into the finished material right up to the tip, and then there's a timed withdrawal to pull that coat of material out on the stick. Two-step process. First is a stain coat that goes on, so that stain can penetrate into the wood and get a grip on that wood. Then there's a top, it's a varnish type material that goes on top of that gives it that good color, adheres to the stain, adheres to the wood, gives it the right feel, isn't too thick, isn't too slick, isn't too sticky. Again, there's a wide range of preferences, but we try to hit the middle of the road to keep the, we do the best job we can to try to keep the middle of the road on preference for feel on the stick, but it's something we pay a lot of attention to.
All right, Charlie Wing here for No Hit Videos. That's really cool. We've been seeing some really cool local bands, but it's now time for the unlocal part of the show. Take it away, Ed.
You want to do it now, or you want to do it like another day fresh?
Whatever you want.
I want to do it 10 times.
Welcome to my house of sadness. Welcome to my house of sadness.
even on a video. Broken strings, yeah. Kataklysm. Cheers, good night.
The first part of the pairing process, we drop the stick onto a scale, we record the weight of the stick in grams. The computer remembers the gram assignment, we march it down a conveyor, and when it gets in front of the appropriate box, we boot it off the conveyor. Now, all the sticks inside one box weigh the same within 2 grams. A stick, just because a pair of sticks weigh the same, they don't necessarily make the same sound when you play them. Particularly, you notice it's not quite so much on the drum head, but when you strike a cymbal, you'll really notice a difference in properties, even though the weight of the sticks is identical. So,
this is going to tell which tone each drumstick makes, and it matches them up by the tone?
Right. We run the sticks down a conveyor, we come into the inspection station, we strike the stick 3 times while we rotate it. The sound goes down a tube to a microphone, and from a technical perspective, what we do is we do what's called a fast Fourier transform of that sound, and we produce a frequency spectrum of that sound. Now you'll see the spectrum's got one great big central peak. That's the fundamental frequency that that stick makes. That's the tone that stick makes when you strike it. You'll see that that peak varies up and down the scale as the properties of that wood vary. So what we do is we characterize, we measure what that central peak frequency is. We assign a bin location based on that frequency, and we sort these sticks out by the tone they make. So now, when you kick a stick into the bin, and I'll show you. All right, grab one out of here, grab one out of here. That's the difference in tone from that pair. Grab two out of the same bin. Match pair for tone. And I don't know where I got them, so I put them back and run them again.
No wonder people are so fussy about the drumsticks now.
Like I say, if you're playing heavy metal, rock and roll, and just pounding the crap out of the sticks, maybe that doesn't matter to you quite so much. You're a jazz guy making a movie soundtrack, clink and clunk you don't want to hear. After the sticks, every bin represents about a quarter tone, about half a key on a piano keyboard. So now the sticks that are inside that bin have been weight sorted. All the sticks in this batch weigh the same. They've been tonally sorted. Now the operators within that bin, they'll take two sticks that are basically the same color, too lighter, too darker, too grainier. So they're doing even though it has nothing to do with the performance of the stick, they're doing a color match of that pair of sticks. They put them into that sleeve. Now the sticks in that sleeve, they're accurate within plus or minus 5 thousandths of an inch. They're straight within 25 thousandths of an inch. They're weight paired within 2 grams. They're tonally matched within a quarter tone, and they're color matched.
You guys are crazy. How can you be that fussy about a stick? You guys are crazy.
We got from start to finish. That was pretty cool. Now, the most impressive part that I saw out there was how these sticks are all matched by length, weight, tone, and even the color. I mean, it's really cool. I don't know, you guys go the extra mile on that.
Well, we're trying to make the perfect pair, so we do everything we can to make that stick as uniform as possible, as durable and accurate, give the drummer what he wants.
That's cool. Well, you give me what I want. It says the perfect pair right on them. And it's a pretty cool process seeing that turn into that. You know, it'll be cool when it says Nico on there with Vic Firth.
We can hook you up.
Yeah, we're going to have some done. And again, thank you.
Thank you very much. Glad to have you.
It was really cool. Hopefully it was enjoyable for you. And
I've had an excellent time.
Make sure you have TV so you can watch no-hit videos. And you guys have a website, right? We can tell everybody out there to go to a website where they can purchase Vic Firth stuff.
Yep, the website's vicfirth.com.
You like this? Put your hand right here.
vicfirth.com.
He doesn't know because he doesn't watch the show.
Oh.
Like this. It goes right across there.
It scrolls across.
Yes.
All right.
Now, vicfirth.com.
For all the drumstick percussion products, and then there is vicfirthgourmet.com.
Which does what? That people don't really know. They don't just make
We also make pepper mills, salt shakers, big gourmet heavy-duty rolling pins. So drummers got to eat too, so check it out.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on that. So check that stuff out. Christmas is coming. I'll put out an eco Christmas list so everybody can buy me stuff. That'd be good. Is there a separate website for the gourmet, or is it?
It's a separate website. There's a link on the Vic Firth site. VicFirthGourmet.com will get you there.
Okay. That's cool. Thanks again.
Thank you.
It's been cool.
Glad to have you.